Yo, I'm on Ape Tapes, and I'm going to show you how to use the contract wizard, okay? So, first of all, I'm going to show you the store where you can mint the songs that are made from the contract wizard, or made from contracts that are made from the contract wizard. And they all share the contract wizard's library, so you can grab them all at once and then display them. Like a decentralized music network. DAM. DAMN. So anyways, here's all the songs, different contracts. I can flip through the contracts, and then you can mint a copy of a song. I gotta click the button to log in, or else I can't mint a copy. And then once I'm logged in, I can click mint copy. I can mint with ApeCoin if the price for ApeCoin is set. This one has... Oh, I need to approve ApeCoin first. You get it. So I can mint copies of songs that are staked to the store. But there's more than just those songs that are made from these contracts. The only songs that are available in the store to be minted by anyone are ones that are staked. All the other songs can only be minted by the person who holds them. It's like you have a CD or a record or whatever, or a tape, and then your buddy's like, yo, can you copy it for me? Like back in the day when you used to burn copies for your friends. That's what this is. They spread by person to person, and the ownership, this copy, all these songs are also, I need to mention, they're all created from a master. Each song is started from a one-of-one master that the artist holds, and then the artist makes a copy from there, and it's like a tree of ownership where the master created this copy, and then that copy created these other copies. So it's like a family tree of stuff. So I gotta get on with it. This page shows all of your songs that you have in your wallet, and it shows you which ones are staked, shows you which ones are sold out. Like this song is sold out. You can mint a copy, you can stake. Shows you your referral points, which is something I'll talk about later. But let's go to the contract wizard. The wizard makes contracts for people. He's the guy that you go to if you want to get a contract made. If you don't know how to get a contract made, or if you have some questions, you can say, I need the hat's help. Then his hat will pop off, and then he'll answer questions and all this other stuff. The hat shows up in different spots, and you can hover over him, and he'll give you help. You can even ask him about wallets and shit. There's more. Yeah. But let's get back to the wizard. If I type something in here, whatever, mint price, whatever, click the button to mint. You can see the little hat over here. He'll explain each one of the different fields and what you have to enter. That's just the name, the symbol, and the price. Look at that. It was already that's really quick. There's the contract. There's the transaction on Goerli testnet on Ethernet. Etherscan. I'm trying to talk fast. I'm stumbling. So you go to the contract manager now because you own a contract. You just made a contract. You got to be able to do this stuff. It's just like here, basically. It's just like on Etherscan. How when I click here, it pulls up Etherscan for the different contracts that you own. Like this one I just made, that has its own page, and it's another verified contract. There's nothing I've done on it yet, but it's verified, and you can see all the functions and stuff. So you could set the initial variables now, which is a special function I did. That's just to get you started. Set the base metadata, set the contract metadata, set the royalties for secondary sales. And I'm gonna make a version of my buddy's contract, just for an example. So I made that a little bit earlier, and it was called Sync Records. So we're gonna use this instead. It's like a cooking show, when they swap out. Anyways, so here I'm gonna set the base metadata as a manifest, which is a special thing where I'm on ArDrive right here, where I uploaded the files. You take a folder, and then you make a manifest, which like makes a file for all the like the entire folder. Instead of every file in the folder having its own like link, it's like all one address instead. I'll get into that more later. But basically, you go like that, and it just needs to be the last part. So arweave.net, or it could be AR, like : / and then that right here is the transaction. And then the contract metadata is 0, because inside the manifest, the first thing, that file, 0 is the contract metadata. I could have named it contract metadata, but then it wouldn't be 0, it'd be like contract metadata. And I want to use the least amount of characters possible, because we're optimizing gas. So that's why we have a function here that does 3 things at once instead of one thing at a time in 3 different transactions. Because, tried very, very hard to make this smart contract work as good as possible. And, funny stuff. I kept running into the maximum size that you could deploy a contract, and like kept having to optimize. Like, the shit's optimized. So enjoy your paperwork. Here's the transaction for you changing the metadata, and then you see the metadata changed right here. And see, I already did that before. So we're going to use this one now. But it's the same thing, as you can see. They're both the same. They got the same picture. They have royalties down here. And if I have songs, like if I have tokens, I could like type in like the token ID and sale price, and it would give me some royalties. So now I'm going to mint a new master. And the masters, like I mentioned a bit before, they're one of ones. And then the copies are like all derived from the master. And the master has its own rarity. It's like its own generation, it's the first one. So that has its own metadata. So that's the song URI 1 right here. So number 2 is the copy of, it's like the next generation. And then you can just keep setting more metadatas for any generation afterwards. Like you could set every generation to have its own metadata. You can skip, you have it so generation 10 has its own metadata, or anything. Like you can go really crazy with it. I really thought a lot about this. So the first 3, I have them all set up. 1, 2, 3, which is over here. 1, 2, 3. And I could have also just like linked these ones instead, which are like, it's the same metadata, but just like with the full name of the file. And the metadata for each song has these other files that I uploaded to ArtWeave through ArDrive, which are like the pictures and the music, a video, a small version of the picture, and a big version of the picture. Because like the big version's 9.5 megabytes, and then the small version of the picture is 50 kilobytes. So I have those in the metadata of the token. So like you don't need to have some other server that's like optimizing the files of the pictures, because I already have small versions of the pictures in like thick metadata. So anyways, 1, 2, 3 right here. So the link ends up being the base/1. It's pretty dope. And the split thing, I could also, here, let me just reject. You click the button, and then split lets you add an address. And that means like if you have like collaborators and stuff like that, and you need to like split the revenue or whatever with your song, like 25%, blah, 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 all these different people, you can set an address to a split address, which is like something that will, a separate contract that will actually like split everything properly. It's really, really cool. Basically, like you could have on-chain, like actual like splits to all the collaborators of a song all properly. It's pretty cool. But it defaults to the owner of the contract if it doesn't have a split address. But basically, split addresses are really cool. You could do stuff like have it so the royalties are split amongst all the holders of a separate token. So then like you can make more tokens of it, and then the royalties change. Like the royalty percentage changes, or you can like trade the royalties. Like you could give somebody the NFT, that represents the royalties for that song. You could even like write up a split contract that incorporates the rarities of these tokens. Yeah, like you do weird stuff with the splits, but it supporting splits is dope. So here you go. This is the new master that I just created. I can click the song. The play button is the same color as like is the second most common color in the picture. Anyways, there's the transaction. You can see that I just minted token ID 1 on sync records. Mint original is the function. It says right here, total supply 1, masters created 1. If I go here now to the copies page, so the server backend sometimes is because I'm not paying for really good. I don't have really good servers. I'm not paying like big bucks for servers, so it's sometimes not the fastest. But look, check this out. Look at that contract number 3. There's a third one on this list. If I scroll down, there it is. Like, it's there. It's got its own thing. I can click stake if I want. If I go to the store, I can show you the way it looks right now. So I think that was the server being a little slow. Sometimes it's a lot like, man, optimizing stuff is tricky. And so I can show you a whole bunch of other stuff that this does. Because, yeah, masters and copies are just the beginning. So let me go to here. Let me stake this. Show you that I could stake a song to the store. And I think I started it off when I wasn't signed in with my wallet. So the store page is something that anyone can see, and that I need to make it better. And it's like an on-chain list. All the songs that are staked are like marked so on the contract, and you can like get a list of them for each. So there you go. The stake guy's like, cool, congratulations, you staked to the store. Oh, there you go, it lit up. If I go here, oh wow, there it is. Oh yeah, I should mention these right here. These pictures are all like Midjourney and Dolly pictures. And they're like of music stores and like comic books of music stores and like really cool looking things like that. So is this loading properly? Like this, I just noticed, like, I noticed a bug. Because these songs are sold out, but they weren't marked. If I load up there we go. What? Hey, wait, but then the things down there that are not lit. Nice, we're in the middle of finding bugs now. See that? I like, this one said that it's staked, and then they lit like bugs. So I gotta mention promos, because this is like a whole thing. Like, it's like an on-chain thing that you can set on any one of these contracts. That you can set any, like, you can set a contract and then a reward. So any token from this contract gets whatever reward, and the reward could be any song or any rarity. So you can set like song 3 rarity 2, which is like, generation 2. Or you can set like a really top, like crazy, like generation that you can only get through this promo. So you can have like special rarities that you can only get that way. But yeah, basically you can set it so like anyone who has like a mutant ape or something can get like whatever song, or you can set it so it's the most recent song, and then you set whatever rarity the reward is. And you could also set it to be free, or you could set any like price multiplier besides that. Like it could be free claim, or it could be like a whitelist, like full price, or you can make it like the super rare promo is also like a higher, like, you know what I mean, like lower price, high price, any discount, anything like that. So you could set it so any token from any contract gets something. But if it's 721J, there's another version of the promo where you can set it to be more specific, like any song on this contract gets this song, or any rarity on this, or any song, or like this rarity of this song. So you can be super specific, or you can be like any song or any rarity. It's a lot more options than just the regular like NFTs where it's like any token from this contract. Yeah, the more specific options are fucking awesome. I really like them, and yeah. So the ones I'm showing right here, it says any rarity of any song from Decentralized Records test gets Gen 5 copy of the most recent song, and it's a free claim. And here it's a 50% discount to get for any Gen 2 copy of any song. So I only have one song in my wallet that's of that rarity, and I can get this. And if I mint this, then it will disappear. And that's like, this list has been so difficult to make. And it's sure it still has some quirks, and yeah, there's still some like programmer stuff that you'll see, like where I'm like trying to understand where things are. But yeah, let's just wait for it to load, wait for it to mint. I collected twice. I don't know why that showed up, but there you go. Minted a new token, and that free claim disappeared because I claimed them all. If I click the show button, oh yeah, because it's under all. So I'm showing all of my free claims right now, and it says Junkie Nova. But if I click this, it shows because I have an entire free claim here that was for a song that's sold out. So that stuff is all sold out. So, does that make sense? Like I couldn't claim those anymore, so they weren't in the list. But I click this button to show all of them. And you can scroll back down, and you can see the one that's what I was trying to show you here. So if I go to number 2, Junkie Nova, see, it doesn't change anymore. But yeah, just showing the eligible ones, it's not there. And then showing them, you can see that they were all claimed. So if I can like turn off a free claim, and then the whole thing will disappear there. And then right here, if I go to the contract one, it says you minted them all. And yeah. So the free claim thing, promo thing is like really complicated and really cool, and it's like all on chain, and you could figure it all out. Like anybody could write their own front end that like does this stuff. You know what I mean? You don't have to use this website, but having these options are like, you know what I mean? Then it's all cross compatible, and yeah, like I really like the promos and stuff. And what happened here? See, the thing did the thing again. I got that bug from before. Yeah, I don't know. At least, we'll figure it out. And it doesn't just show up here, but I can show you recycling, because that's something that's optional. You can turn it on if you want. And if I recycle song 19, if I went to song token 19 and then rate like 17 or 18. See, that's generation 2 right here. This is generation 4. Because I must have gotten that from a promo. Or maybe I probably minted that from this generation 3. Getting confused. So anyways, if I burn token 19 and 18 over here and recycle it, because that's the way recycling works. You burn 2 tokens for another token. So I did this because, like, imagine the floor gets really low and whatever. The floor is lower than what it costs to mint. For whatever reason, right? Hype goes down, because that happens so many times in all these NFT projects. Then you could just recycle them, and just make the supply less, and just use those to mint new songs. When you know what I mean? Like if new songs come out, then somebody who's been collecting picking up the scraps over time, they can use that as ammunition to mint new songs. And then if you recycle, it like also marks like the song was minted by recycling. So you could also like, it could be like an extra, it's an extra quality, to your song or to your token. Like imagine you recycle a song, and then you also gain up a whole bunch of referral points on that token by, like you stake it, and then other people mint token. Like if you stake it, then other people can mint copies from the one that you staked, and then you can get more referral points from that song. You know what I mean? Like imagine you have a recycled song that has like lots of referral points, and like then you also, it's a special rarity too. Like what if you get like a top rarity, like a rarity 2, like a copy from the master, or like maybe you get like some special, really high rarity, right? Or high generation, I mean. I'm just like, yeah. There's just lots of things. So I recycled that song, and there's only, the total supply for this song is 2, because I wanted to sell it really quick, because I'm testing. But you can see I recycled one, and now there's one, like the supply is 1 out of 2 for that song now. And that song is also staked. So when I go to the store, look, it shows up in the store. And let me go to the contract manager right now and just show you some, like just a taste of the way promos work. So if I copy the address for this contract here, and I go to the Junkie Nova contract, and go, this shows me the promo, and it says it shows that I have 2 promos. This promo requires any song of Generation 2 rarity to get the most recent song of Generation 3 rarity and of a 50% discount. This promo is any token from this contract gets the most recent song rarity 5 for free. So if I go to set promo and I go to contract address, like here I can switch between a specific, like look at how many, like it needs to be easier. All I have is the hat here helping, but it's a lot of stuff, right? I need to make videos. So contract address, and then it doesn't matter whatever price, it doesn't matter what you set here, it doesn't matter what you set here, because the most important thing here is the rarity. If you set the rarity to 0, it says right here, if the rarity is set to 0, it turns off or disables the promo. If you set it to 1, you can't, because that's what the master's rarity is 1. But that's all you gotta do. You gotta set the generation out to 0, and then you will turn off the promo. So you set the requirements, and then the rarity is 0. It doesn't matter what So that's all you gotta do to turn off a promo. And then you wait, and then the promo will be turned off. And what it's doing, like when you set that, it like sets out another event, and then the site knows that like the most recent event is the one that applies. Because if you didn't have the events, you would like have to check everything, like every. Like it's sometimes hard to explain like how fucked up some of this stuff is. But yeah, so quick overview of all the buttons, I guess. Like you can transfer ownership of the contract. This button just deletes the database files for that contract. This shows you like an index of all the different tokens that are public. Like here it shows you that token ID 7 is staked from this contract. I can stake multiple songs instead of like here. If I go to token ID 1, I could stake just that one song. Like I can click that button and it stakes that one song. But if I go here, I have a thing that lets me stake like a whole album's worth of songs. This is recycling, like this token, this contract, recycling is turned off, but if I click that, then I'd be able to recycle on that contract. If I, here I can type in like a contract address, like what I had before, and then click the button and it'll tell me 0 because I just turned it off. But if I had a 0 and 2 here, if I add a 0 and a 2 for any song, rarity 2, look at that. I get the most recent song, that's what 0 is, and then rarity 3, 50% discount. Right? But that's what this is showing me. It's fucked up. Like, there's just so many things. Right here is telling me, like, I can look up song ID 1 and then whatever rarity, and it will tell me what the metadata is. Because I only set three. I set the metadata for rarity 1, 2, and 3. I just checked rarity 13, and it's telling me 3 because, like, the most recent one, like, it just counts down, and then whatever the most recent metadata is. So I can go token ID 1, and then sale price 500, and you click the little button, and it tells me 4% royalties. And if I had a split address, it would tell me that the receiver is the split address instead of the one that's there. And then for here, for rarities, you can actually change the price for each rarity. So I didn't talk about that at all yet, but every rarity can have its own price. So you can, like in the store, if there's two different rarities, like right here we got two different rarities, they could be set to different prices. Like right here, it says, because of the rarity, this token's 50% of the normal mint price. And then we go here, it says, because of the rarity, token is 200% of the normal mint price. Cool. Like, there's like a lot of stuff to this. I'm loading up the contract manager again, just to show you. Yeah, so you can change the price of the rarity. You could change the supply of each song. You could change the split of a song. If you change the supply, like, it marks that this song has had its supply changed. Like, it's not, because, like, people like things to be immutable, and if you start changing shit, it's, you know, the contract's responsibility to make it easy to find out whether or not something's been fucked with. So I think I explained everything. You could set any price of any ERC20 token. Easy way to change Ape right here. And yeah, I'll make more tutorials later. Thanks for watching. Bye.